I turn on the news and there's plenty of it, but what are people actually saying? There's nothing to it. It's just a whole lot of
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Broadcasting.
Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Bullshit Broadcasting. Episode 6, guys. Feels quite long, doesn't it?
We're here. It's a long journey.
I
Exactly.
can't
We've
believe
done
it's
it.
episode 6.
I know.
Wait, Lizzie, you sound so different. What the fuck?
Surprise, it's not Lizzie, it's
It's not
me,
Lizzie.
Joey.
It's not Lizzie today, guys. She's away on some bullshit broadcasting business. You know,
Mhm.
she's doing journalism
Yeah.
stuff
She had something like
somewhere
going undercover or
on
something,
a
right?
train.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Joey in for today. Big claps for
Yay.
Joey. Hello,
everyone.
Joey.
I've got a cold, so if you hear me sniffing, it's surprisingly not cocaine.
Oh,
have
that
a
uni
cold.
lifestyle, yo.
That's Wednesday. That's for Thursdays.
So, would you guys say it's been an eventful week since the last time we met?
Do you know what? It felt like the first week of 2020, we had about 3 years of news in a week.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean? And then since then, it seems like everyone's just been like, okay, guys, let's try and take
Yeah,
it back
chilled
a
out a
step.
bit. Because we had like World War III, we had all the royal stuff.
Yeah, we had everything kicking off. If like the beginning of the first week of 2020, you were like, okay, this is the year that it all ends.
Yeah.
This is it.
But now I feel like it's
Now we're
not
just-
ending, it's just
It
enduring.
it's felt like this, to me anyway, it's felt like this is the first week where we've all been like, okay, let's carry on with our lives. It's been like mania
Yeah, I
for the
agree.
beginning of it. Even though there's been some, I don't know, there's not been anything crazy, right?
No,
Am
I
I
don't
missing
think
something?
so. No.
Nothing too crazy.
I had to dig deep to find some juicy stuff is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I mean, there's always the environment shit happening.
Is
but,
Australia still on fire? What's going on there?
actually starting to regrow in places,
They had
but they've
some
got
r-
some crazy dust storms at the minute or something.
They had some rain. I saw they had quite a
Yeah,
lot of rain.
yeah.
I saw a picture also from like space. What space pictures called? Space pictures.
I think they're just called space pictures, right?
Space picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it was
yeah.
of Australia, and you could see it was like glowing red in
Oh
the
my
middle of
god.
Damn.
Fucking Mordor
Do you
is
think
opened.
do you think that picture's real, Alfie? The one from space?
I mean, there's never been any pictures taken from outer space of the Earth, so
Wait, there never has.
nah.
Okay, what you saw is a lie, Joey.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
sorry.
I've
You've been
Sorry
duped
about
by
that.
NASA.
I've been
Australia
got.
doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
Australia is in the by the liberal media.
I'll kick off today because
Sure.
I've got a quite funny story that I want to get out of the way. Because I don't want to get it out of the way. I just wanted to,
Yeah, you
release
wanna-
it onto your brains.
Yeah,
So, man breaks own record for sitting in a barrel at the top of a pole.
sure. Yeah, I saw this one.
Oh, that's the one everyone wants, isn't it?
Wasn't it his own record as
Yeah,
well? I
he
think
beat
that's
his
re-
own record that he set in 1997. And the record was for like 54 days. That's how long he stayed there.
Damn.
And this time he's pushed it to 67 days, which is like 2 months or something.
Is this just
2
his...
months.
2 fucking months. This guy is
I would've
sat in
thought
a
it was-
barrel on top of a pole.
I would have thought the record would have been sort of 48 hours.
Literally, same. And then I read that. And apparently he told Sky News, I've forgotten why I'm up here. I have some good reasons, but I've forgotten them since I've been here.
That's
And
great.
He says that it's more fun this time because there's social media and stuff. He's still connected to
Of
people.
course.
Oh.
If
It's
you do it,
1997. He's just
no gives a
just
shit.
up there for a bit less than 2 months.
Just throw rotten
54
fruit. Yeah.
days.
Wow. It's crazy how... Well, first of all, I enjoy how specific you can get with world records.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's it. He's going to have that plaque on his wall
Yeah.
now until... But that also makes me think, this is the second time he's gone for it. Is this just like... This must be a big part of his life, then. where he, like,
I know, sitting in
trains,
barrels.
Well,
train-
how big's the barrel?
I saw a picture of it. It's pretty
It doesn't look
spacious.
very. Yeah, it doesn't look like you'd be very comfortable in it for 2 months. Here's a picture of it.
I think you can put
Sorry, guys, you
four,
can't see this. You're
four
blind.
people in there. No, two
No,
people.
yeah, 2 people
It was
standing
much
up.
bigger in my mind.
Was that all right for you, Joe? Was that a good view?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were people sending him food?
Yeah,
I've
when does
literally
shit?
got no idea. Do you think he's got like a rope that he pulls himself down on like a pirate and then he goes back up again with the food and
Well,
shit?
that can't be.
That'll be disqualified, surely, if your feet
That
touch the
doesn't
ground.
count.
As long as he doesn't step out of the barrel. It's like Davy Jones, innit? He can only step on land for every 10 years or
Oh,
something.
So he
He just has to stand in a bucket in
Yeah,
a barrel,
yeah.
you know,
Until
if he's
the-
going to go anywhere.
until
Yeah.
the next full moon.
As long as he's still levitated a little bit on the pole.
Where
it
did he?
counts.
Where does he shit and everything?
Just
get
probably off the side.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I
Wow.
learned today that that's what crane operators do. They just like shit and piss off the side.
Is that what you?
Honestly.
Well, I was thinking that
Because
because
you can't. It takes for them free just to get back
yeah,
down.
because
makes
they're so
sense.
high up. If you
Yeah.
need a piss, you just gotta go. But surely there's some sort of law about
Yeah, there's
pissing off the
apparently
side.
that's like a real thing for licensing crane drivers. Like there's a real kind of strictness on doing shit.
They're
You
like,
piss off the side.
They're like, please don't shit off the side of the crate.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very Victorian, isn't it? That's just like fling it out wherever
exactly.
you stand.
But imagine walking past and you get wet.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Where's that water from?
Like, wow, look at that building site's coming up quick. Oh.
Shit just leaves a little asteroid dent next to you.
That's pretty wild. What else you got? You got something else?
Yeah, of course. Apparently, Korea is very pissed off with a US ambassador, a US diplomat.
Wait, oh, Korea.
Korea.
Yeah. I read a little bit about it. I think I
Yeah,
only read the headline.
US diplomat's moustache leaves South Koreans bristling with anger. So, this guy is a former Navy admiral for the US, and he's grown his moustache to mark his move from military officer to diplomat.
Yeah.
And he's been doing some talks in Korea. First of all, he's called Harry Harris, which really pisses me off.
Okay.
Why the fuck could you do that to your
Sounds like
child?
an X-Men character.
Yeah, Harry Harris, and he grew this mustache because he thinks he's really cool and diplomatic now. But apparently, Japan, like Korea's really upset because it's kind of a throwback to them for like their turmoil with Japan during wartime and stuff.
Okay.
It's like quite a statement to have a mustache like that.
Oh,
The one that
really?
he does. The one that he does have, sorry. He's getting a lot of backlash from it, from Korea.
It's interesting because I don't in at least I can't speak to out there, but at least in Western society, it doesn't seem like the mustache has the power that it once had.
No, definitely
right.
not.
It used to be like this.
Yeah,
But if
real
you think
you
about
think?
it,
Yeah.
imagine like a UK diplomat going to Germany and having a mustache
That's
just
true.
in the middle.
That is true. Yeah, if Boris like grew out a little,
You know.
Yeah, one of them. Then-
Little Tudger.
yeah, that would be. Yeah, okay, I get it, but
He's
it's a bold move. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
it's just it's an interesting.
I think
thing.
he's part Japanese as well, which makes it a bit more booky for them or something.
Yeah, because well, I don't. This could like what was his name? President Ito. He had he had a pretty distinct mustache in the Second World War. The president of Japan,
Yeah.
Prime Minister, sorry. So maybe they're thinking it's him.
Yeah, literally.
But I don't know. It's a strange thing.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of people have mustaches in this world, man. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I feel like the only offensive moustache is the Hitler one, really. But that's just my Western mind, I guess.
But even
Yeah.
that was a fashionable thing in the day, right?
True.
Yeah,
I-
Charlie Chaplin.
I call it a Charlie Chaplin mustache.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
'cause-
think we should bring
Try
him
to
back.
give it a positive light.
yeah, we should. I might bring it back. I think.
It's a cheeky little moustache, you know?
I think Hitler
We
appropriated
don't have to
the Chaplin
associate it with.
mustache.
Yeah, we don't have to associate with that bastard.
Yeah.
Last bit of news
Go.
for you from me. That was language. University of Liverpool cheese bookmark sparks Twitter mirth.
Oh, I saw
The
this.
cheese slice bookmark has given librarians and thousands of social media users a Gouda laugh. So basically, people, Gouda laugh. You
Yeah, I
heard
was
it.
about 3 seconds behind. it, but yeah, I caught it.
Someone tweeted this slice of cheese, which you can see here, which is apparently warm and a bit melted.
Really? So maybe someone microwaved it
Yeah,
before
this-
they put it in there. I
For,
don't
for
know.
those of you listening at home, it's one of those horrible like slices of cheese that you put on burgers. Those like plasticky ones.
Yeah, like the American one.
Yeah, and it's,
Hell
like,
yeah.
it's not been taken out of the packet, so
They
it's
taste like
somewhat of a bookmark.
Freedom.
Yes,
That's what those
tastes like
slices
the
taste
American
like.
dream.
Freedom and plastic.
Yeah, liberty
Yeah.
and plastic.
Polymers.
Hell yeah.
Apparently it was found between geography and U.S. studies, American history. Yeah,
I want to know what this. Do you think someone just did it to fuck around?
I just can't imagine carrying one of those things around.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like, I don't even know where you can buy those things from, really. Like, people always have them, but where the
Yeah.
fuck do you buy them
In
from?
what scenario are you going to have one of those in the library? Unless you're planning to like construct a whole sandwich.
You're gonna
Yeah.
build a burger from scratch in
Yeah.
the library.
If you're
in
in the
the
library,
library.
I'm sure you'd bring some of your things to use as a bookmark. Like, you could just rip off a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Or just fold the corner. Don't
Yeah,
put a fucking
anything.
slice of cheese. That's
Well, maybe-
fairly
yeah.
so much more disrespectful.
I like to think, they came with the whole thing. They had like a little George Foreman grill in their bag, and they were like, just get it. I'm like, I'll just save this page for
One of those
later.
little disposable ones from Sainsbury's.
yeah.
I weirdly respect bringing sliced cheese as like a library snack. It's just so random.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I respect it. It's so stupid the more I think about it. Yeah, who just has that?
Apparently, one of my housemates in second year said that she'd gone to the library, the Manchester Met Library, at like 3 a.m, and walked in on like a rap battle going on the 5th floor. There's like all these people in a circle.
In the library.
Yeah.
In a circle.
Yeah. Just proper
That's
going for it with each
great.
other.
What in our library?
Yeah.
On the top floor, was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that makes
So the
sense.
communal-
There's always
communal one.
shenanigans going on up
Yeah,
there.
literally.
All rules are off.
It's just
5th
crazy.
floor.
Yeah, it's like Westworld up
Yeah,
there, man. It's
literally.
insane.
Was it you, Joey, or Lizzie, that spilt her coffee all over one of the keyboards or something?
Oh, it wasn't me. I don't
Yeah,
think.
that was Lizzie.
Let's blame it on Lizzie. She's
Fucking
on
Lizzie.
spy business.
What a bastard.
She can't be here to defend
No.
herself.
Ah.
Well, you got anything else?
That's it for me, actually. I just thought I'd bring some, light-hearted,
Yeah, that's some
good,
nice-
good vibes.
That is nice vibes. The first thing that came up for me is obviously, I don't know if you've seen it, Alfie. I know you have, Joey. The "Don't Fuck with Cats"
Oh,
documentary.
yeah. That's a great documentary.
That's a real good documentary. Did you see it yet?
No, I've not.
Oh,
I'm kind of putting it off. I'm really scared.
I know. It's
It's horrible.
It is rough. I'm not going to lie to you, it's rough, but it's very interesting.
Okay.
Anyway, the kid from that, Luca, what's his name? Luca Magnotta or
Magnotta?
something. Yeah, he is in prison and he is officially engaged. He's going to be married.
Oh my god,
He's
no.
going to be
He's like a
married
Ted Bundy type.
later this year to his boyfriend in prison. And I just thought I'd bring that up because I think that's pretty crazy. That this Netflix documentary comes out. He's out there living his best life, getting hitched up.
That is so weird, man.
Yeah, see, I don't want this to become what it could become, where he becomes a bit of a star.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what
That's
he
what
wanted.
Yeah, and you can see it. I mean, it's no real spoilers, but you can see it in the documentary. That's all he's pining for the whole time. And when he gets like a slight taste of that, he's like, "Yes, this is what."
Oh
this is what I
no,
wanted."
man.
So yeah, I do worry that. I mean, they kind of address it in the documentary too. It's like this self-aware thing where it's like we shouldn't really shine light on him, but also we kind of need to tell the story.
Yeah, I feel we need to slow down on the love for fucked up people at the minute.
I agree
like,
a lot.
we're just dishing out so many documentaries about fucked up characters.
I blame,
The mind of blah, blah, blah.
That use the hot thing for that other minute as well. Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't want to watch that. It's really bugging me that it's so, so watched. People fucking love it.
People love
Yeah.
it.
And people love the main character. They're like, I wish someone would do that to
That's
me.
the
Yeah.
problem.
And he's like a
That is just
stalker,
so fucked
murderer,
up, man.
horrible man. But he's kind of fit though.
Yeah, he is. I wish
Yeah,
he'd
he is
stalk
fit.
me.
But him, the actor, not the character, guys. Just for you at home, Don't go loving off psychopathic murderers.
It has become a thing. The more you think about it in the last few years, like a big one as well was probably 50 Shades of Grey, right? Because Christian
Yeah.
Grey's like the biggest piece of shit ever, sort of, right?
Oh,
Kind of.
maybe.
Pretty
I
much.
don't know enough
It's
about him.
debatable.
Not the biggest
Ooh.
piece. He's not like a guy.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
He's not a guy that should be like, oh yeah, Mr. Grey. Like I get the
Oh, right.
stuff, but I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant like the actor.
no. I mean, yeah, the actor too. Yeah, him too. But what I'm saying
No,
is,
yeah,
is
the
like
character. He's an interesting, fucked up.
But you're
weird
right.
dude.
There is this weird thing at the minute where it's like people are yearning for stalkers and murderers and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, like the Ted Bundy stuff was crazy.
Have you guys watched the Explained series on Netflix?
No, I
They
keep
do
meaning to.
docs
How is it?
on random things? It's actually really good. They're always like between 8 and 27 minutes long. Like they differ every time. It's always about a different topic. And one of the most recent ones is about sex.
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be like weird sexual fantasies and stuff like this, like looking in psychology of it, because that's what he usually does on that documentary. And one of the things that did bring up was this guy had done like a survey on people's fantasies, like what your ultimate fantasy is. And he'd done one of those like word diagrams where the words were like bigger depending on how many people had voted for that kind of thing, like how many people enjoyed this sort of a thing.
Yeah.
And rape was like one of the first things that came up. It was like
Yeah.
the 10th thing that came up.
It's not
As a fantasy.
surprising.
It's
I,
not.
I saw something on Twitter and it was like the most watched video of like the week on Pornhub was like a young girl
Oh, I
like
saw that,
tied
yeah.
up and she was getting like candle wax dripped on her. She was getting like beaten. And this was like the most watched. It wasn't like
It's
a
like a-
weird subculture.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
such a thing now.
Oh, that's so weird, man.
Yeah, it's not like some niche backwards website. It's like
Yeah.
the biggest porn
And
site
the
in
thing about Pornhub is it is like teenagers watching it. So like what a fucked up view on
Yeah,
sex
yeah.
to give them.
Yeah, that's wild.
That is really dodgy.
We're going into dangerous territory, aren't we?
Do you want to know a fun fact about Pornhub?
What is it?
Sure.
Um,
Go on.
Pornhub
Yeah.
experienced a lack of views, like the lowest amount of views that they've had on a day when the last series of The Big Bang Theory came out.
Is that true?
That's true, genuinely. How sad is that? How fucking sad is that?
That makes sense. I can imagine the crossover, to be fair. God damn, that show, man.
That's so funny.
I wonder what's going to happen when the Young Sheldon series, like, ends.
Mm.
Young Sheldon.
But yeah, like what you were saying about Pornhub, I feel like people are struggling a bit, especially young people, because they don't really understand, to separate like fiction from not fiction.
Yeah, definitely.
Because do you remember when 13 Reasons Why came out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
example too. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, one of the characters, Bryce, is like this rapist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I went on like the actor's Instagram once and I saw a comment from like obviously some young teenager, and it was like, why are you guys supporting this guy's pics after all that he's done? And I was like, what, been an actor?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Great.
he read a script. Yeah, that's it, man. But anyway, I'll move on because that's an interesting thing though. This one is mum freaked out as haunted frozen doll returns to house after she binned it twice.
Olaf, no.
Do you think? I think it was Elsa.
Oh,
I think it was a little baby Elsa. Do you think though? Because I've always thought of this since I saw Chucky. I get freaked out quite easily at like the idea of things like that, but I don't think dolls scare me because I know I could beat up a doll like a tiny little doll.
Yeah, just snap
Yeah,
it.
you have said this
Yeah.
about Chucky before.
Yeah, I think we spoke about Chucky as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
yeah.
like if the Elsa comes back twice, then bye.
Mate, I'll
We'll
rip
delete
you
all the
apart.
Blu-rays. We'll
Throw you
get
in the
rid
fire.
of everything.
Yeah.
Throw it in the fire. Form some sort of sacrifice.
Yeah.
She can't be that big of a doll as well. Surely it's only like hand size.
Yeah, and also I was thinking, how does she know that the kid's just not going to get it out of the bin? I mean,
Innit?
it could be a ghost.
If I was the kid that I got a toy given to me, I don't want it to be thrown away
Your
a
mum
couple of
keeps-
times.
Your
Fucking
mum
hell.
keeps binning it.
Mum, you fucking dickhead. It's fucking
Yeah,
third
you
time.
keep bidding my toy, I'm going to make you lose your mind.
Yeah, you're crazy, mum. The other one as well is I don't know why, I keep falling down rabbit holes about cuttlefish. You know, the cuttlefish.
Okay.
I just think they're insane. They're insane animals. The reason why I bring this up, because I saw a headline a couple of days ago, which was, new study shows cuttlefish can watch movies in 3D.
What?
So they have the capability to see in 3D, and they put tiny little glasses on them, and they can see it all. It's crazy. But if you just go on YouTube, have you ever seen how well a cuttlefish can like camouflage?
Yeah.
It is insane.
mad, aren't they?
It's probably like the best out of any animal I can think of that can camouflage.
Damn.
Because not only can it like perfectly adapt to like what it's around, but it can change its texture so it like fits in with the texture
That's
of
so
what's
cool.
around as well. And they did this test where they gave it like unnatural colours, so like a checkered tile floor, and it doesn't match up perfectly, but it's like pretty
Trying,
close.
yeah.
It's like
That's mad.
pretty close. So I think cuttlefish are going to be the dominant species by the end of the day. They're going to be watching 3D films, camouflage into their seat.
That's so cool.
But I don't know, man. That was just I thought.
I don't think they'll be the dominant species straight away. I think there'll be some cuttlefish-based racism first.
Oh yeah, they got to work out the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
equality thing going on in the cuttlefish.
They can just change colours however they like, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. They
innit?
can just.
We
yeah.
just have our one and, we're stuck to it.
I'm telling you, I think they're ahead of the game. They're what we aspire to be, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a gap in the market for cuttlefish fiction.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think we're onto something.
I mean,
cuttlefish broadcasting.
That'll be our next podcast, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just for cuttlefish.
I watched
We
a
love you guys. Please don't take over.
I watched a YouTube video once on what the world would be like, what Earth would be like if we didn't have a sun, because
Oh,
life can live without the sunlight. We
Yeah.
just need like water and oxygen, carbon dioxide, blah blah blah. And Earth would potentially still have all of those things. Basically, there would be a huge layer of ice covering the entire world, like over the oceans and stuff, because there's no heat. But under that would be a sea, like under however many miles of ice, and there is the potential for intelligent life, basically. So life would still develop as it is, but way more aquatic, obviously, and they would have no idea that they're actually just trapped in a fucking cave of ice and there's space and
Maybe
shit.
that's where we are.
I was gonna say that could be where we are, and that also could be where we end up, right? Do you think?
Maybe.
With all the rise in sea levels,
Yeah, exactly.
we
It's
could.
just us and the cuttlefish.
It's just be us, our boys, watching
where
some
does-
3D films together.
Where does Obi-Wan Kenobi employ the clone troops from? What planet's that?
Oh, Camino.
Yeah, and it's all water based, isn't it?
yeah.
We're just gonna have cities on stilts.
We're gonna, yeah, I'm down for that. I mean, I always think, in Blade Runner 2049, they have like the huge sea walls. I can
Yeah,
see us
yeah.
having them. I can see us having to build these huge things to try and keep all the rising sea
Literally,
levels out.
man.
I can see it happening. I think that's the future.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I wanted to bring up was that virus that's gonna kill us all.
Oh yeah, that
I
was my
skimmed
one
over
as
that. I
You're
was
well.
a
gonna
bit
bring that
scared
up as
of it.
well.
Because
You
I
go
had
ahead. You take this one then.
well, I don't know much about it, but
I
any
mean,
kind
neither
of
to be fair.
virus thing does terrify me.
Yeah.
Because you remember swine flu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had swine flu.
Did you
No
really?
way.
I was at like a
We
summer
got a swine
camp
flu guy in the
on the
house.
Isle of Wight, and because summer camps viruses go round
Sure.
like fuck.
Yeah.
They basically quarantined all of us in this room with just like fuckloads of mattresses,
Oh my god.
and it was just the most horrible thing ever. So
That sounds like
I don't
some
want
sort
that to
of
happen again.
concentration camp.
That was awful.
So all the people with swine flu were just locked in this
yeah,
one room.
they just locked us. It was basically in like this gym because obviously they ran
Yeah.
out of space in like the medical
Oh
bay.
my god.
And you basically had to like lug your mattress from your room,
Yeah.
put it on the floor in this gym, and then you just had to live there until they let you leave.
Fuck's sake.
That's mad.
Yeah, the weirdest thing about it though was after I got home from the summer camp, my phone rang at home, and I picked it up, and they were like, "Oh, hello, I'm calling from like the summer camp or whatever. Just letting you know." And I was the one that picked up the phone,
Yeah.
and they said, "Just letting you know that Joey's feeling better and she can come home tomorrow." And I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I was like, "Okay, thank you,
Yeah, thanks."
goodbye." So I think I might have died there.
Yeah, you probably
Damn.
maybe. But that I think you're right to be scared. First of all, how did you feel?
Oh, just wank, just
like-
absolutely wank.
Is it just like the flu, or
yeah,
is it
but
worse?
yeah, obviously that was just like a really bad flu.
Yeah.
But this one is scary.
This one
It's
is
from
pretty
China,
scary.
is it?
This is from China. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first case has been identified in the U.S. yesterday in Seattle, in Washington.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was from what I can gather, there was this one guy that went on holiday somewhere and he spread it. I think he went on holiday to Japan or Thailand or something like that, and it's began to spread. I think it's killed it's killed 6 people so far, and now the first person has it in the US.
Oh yeah.
But also, I do think this is like the media's wet dream as well. They love
Yeah,
a good virus, don't
definitely.
they? They love
a virus.
doom news. You
Yeah,
know, they love
literally,
to be like, this
literally.
is it. This is the one.
Yeah, it's such easy fear mongering.
And
It is.
Britain have banned flights from China, I think, or they're in the process of it.
Really?
So that's
that
pretty,
seems like kind of extreme as well. 'Cause
Yeah, I
I'm like,
know,
China
right?
is a huge place. It's only
Yeah.
happened in I think 2 or 3 cities. I get trying to be precautious, but we're gonna ban all people from going to all of China.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Crazy. I think it'll be fine.
It's the open
Famous
meat
last
markets,
words.
man. Close down the open meat markets.
But like, I feel like us as a society, we can probably fight off a virus killing all of us.
Oh yeah.
Because have you ever played Plague Inc?
Yeah. I play
Plague
Plague
Inc?
Inc. Yeah.
What's that?
I've been seeing the memes about it this week because everyone's been like, someone's playing Plague Inc. on the Area 51 computer, and now everyone's actually got the plague.
You play as a virus and you try and wipe out the entire population, and they're like
That's sick.
fighting against you, and you have to try and kill everyone.
That's great.
basically.
Could that be? Is that the most liable option as to how to like civilization's downfall? Do you think it would be a plague of some kind?
Well, yeah. Did you not watch Planet of the Apes?
It could be the apes. The
Yeah,
apes could do
exactly.
it.
Well, I think it's the next in like warfare, because obviously we have like nuclear.
Yeah.
But also I think
Chemical warfare.
yeah, the next thing is to just create a horrible virus and just
Yeah.
unleash it on a country.
That is true. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's quite a good one.
I think it'll happen as food starts to deplete and we keep getting hotter. 'Cause that's just
And we'll get like
that's just peak
we'll get,
bacteria
like, more and
thriving
more-
time, isn't it?
More and more like tainted meat and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
There's a TV show about that. It's called Utopia.
Oh, is that what that's about?
Yeah, it's sort of that's kind of a spoiler, but
Yeah, that's okay.
it's about unleashing this kind of disease or like this vaccine, but it makes you infertile.
Oh.
So they kind of have this disease that everyone's scared of, so they all get the vaccine, but the vaccine makes you infertile. So then it's controlling the population
Yeah,
like that.
deep.
That's pretty deep.
And there's this whole question about, is it morally wrong to make loads of people infertile? Or is it morally wrong to stop it because otherwise overpopulation will kill everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Do a Thanos, I say.
Do you think that's what we need? Half.
No, that's really mean.
half
But-
a century? The other thing that just reminded me, which was cruel, I just reminded me when we speak about China, was that did you see the theme park thing they had this week?
no.
Where they were like, they like put a cape on this pig and force it to bungee jump.
Oh my
now
god!
it's like-
What the fuck, man? What?
And now
Oh
I
no!
don't know if it's getting shut down, but I'll try.
I can just picture it squealing
Oh
like.
no!
It's
fuck
so
is happening?
the way it's like they've put it in a little harness as well,
Oh
and it's
my
like just
God.
it's just hanging
There
there.
better be a video of this.
I don't know if there's a video. There's a picture they released because obviously most of the world went on blast and was like,
Yeah.
come on, man, you can't
You-
you can't make that pig.
Put a cape on a pig and force it to
yeah,
bungee
you know when a
jump.
pig's saying no.
I've got a little
Oh my
picture
God,
here.
that is so sad, man.
Oh
It is
no!
so
That
sad.
poor pig.
I don't know what I think what I'm laughing
It is
at.
funny, like the idea is fucking hilarious.
What I'm laughing at is that they've put a cape on it. Like, look,
It's
Yeah.
happy. It's a superhero. It's having a great time.
that's what I mean.
It
It's
said
this,
we could do this.
yeah, it's this horrendous thing. They're torturing this animal, but they're like, oh, it's got a cape.
Imagine being raised in a
cape
farm
fly.
all your life thinking you're gonna die, and then someone just puts you in this fucking harness and chucks you off the side of a bridge.
I also think I find it so funny just because it's so over the top. Like it's just it's so cruel that I don't know what else to do. That little piggy flying about, man.
It's like Spider Pig.
It is like Spider.
Spider pig. What a reference.
Pig, Spider Pig.
Right, what else
Oh,
we got,
sorry,
or is it time for Double L? You got anything? You got was
No,
it
I
the
just had
virus?
about the virus because I'm kind of scared of it.
that virus is terrifying.
Yeah,
And
man.
that's it.
Bone viruses.
I think the moment we get it in the UK, then I'll start to worry.
But for now,
But for
we'll
now-
just make memes and
But
laugh at the
yeah,
world.
for now we'll just make memes. Okay, is it time for the lottery lowdown?
Lottery lowdown. Da, da, da.
What is it? Time travel.
Time travel.
So I was saying to Bill before we started recording, there's actually quite a lot of shit on time travel at the minute.
It's a hard one, isn't it? But,
Yeah.
Because it's kind of vague, but it's also
Yeah, it's vague, but there's interesting things, you know.
Yeah.
Apparently, there are. Oh goodness me! Let me scroll up. There are two types of time travel.
Backwards
Travel.
or forwards.
Yeah, and physicists agree that one of them is possible.
Ah.
Yeah, from what I understand, forwards time travel is okay. You
Yeah.
can do that, right?
You can do that apparently via like a black hole or something.
Yeah,
The
it's-
rim of a black hole, the perception of time like goes slow.
It's kind of like what they do in Interstellar, right? They
Yeah,
kind of
literally.
zip round the black hole in which time becomes relative to where they are.
Yeah,
So it's moving differently to
yeah,
how
yeah. In
people
that
are
film,
on
like
Earth.
they go to a planet or something, and every 10 minutes is like 10 years on Earth or something, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and I think it's the same theory basically. Like if you go to the rim of a black hole, time will seem like it's passing normally.
I'm just laughing because Bill looks like he's got a lot to say because he's a physicist.
Uh-oh.
Bill's
Bill,
got a mic
pop on
today,
the
by the
mic.
way.
I don't have anything to say.
Okay. You just look like you were sitting on some information there. I apologise, Alfie. Carry on.
Bill is a time traveler.
Bill's actually from...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Bill's from the 20s, the last 20s.
Oh.
I actually wouldn't be surprised.
I can see that, yeah.
He's got his suspenders on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you travel on the rim of a black hole, and when you shoot back to where you were, time will have passed a bit further, apparently.
Okay, so I was thinking about, because it's kind of broad and there's a lot on it,
Yeah.
I was just mostly thinking about like the chaos theory or the butterfly effect, because I think about this a lot, probably more than I should.
Okay.
Because I always listen to obviously the first one and most important one is like, would you kill baby Hitler? Is that the thing you do? Because obviously, if you do, then a worse Hitler could come along as a repercussion of that consequence, or it could be, unity and world peace. We don't know, but I like thinking about it. I like thinking about it a lot. Like, what if the Big Bang, or not the Big Bang, the one that killed the dinosaurs? What if that didn't hit Earth and there were still dinosaurs now?
Innit? What if we didn't exist and dinosaurs were still popping?
Well, it depends
about it all
what
the time.
theory of time travel you believe, because there's a few. There's one
Yeah.
which is like you go back in time and you change things, but because that's already happened, you've already done it, you come back, everything's still the same.
Yeah.
So you kill baby Hitler, but then something else happens so that
Yeah.
whoever Hitler was is
Yeah.
actually someone else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Or there's like the parallel universe theory, so that when you go back and change things, you then move to like a parallel universe
Yeah.
where things are slightly different. And then there's another theory of time travel. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, those two are probably. I think those two are the most interesting ones. The parallel universe one's interesting because that's the one that, like I was saying, if you go back and obviously called the butterfly effect. If you kill one butterfly, then a whole new timeline will appear where you didn't kill the butterfly, and all sorts of things happen there. But yeah,
There's a good show on Netflix that me and Lizzie watch called Dark. It's a German series, and it's about a child that goes missing. That's what you think it's going to be about anyway. But it turns out he's managed to go back in time somehow, and you figure out as the series develops that was all part of time's plan anyway. Like basically, time is space. Like you can move freely however you like. But it's always in the plan anyway. It's always destined to happen. So it turns out that he's like one of the other kids' dad, but he's a child in the present.
Predestination.
Yeah, it's so weird. I really like that. I really like that idea of it all.
Yeah, that's the Ethan Hawke one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Because that follows the whole like
The loop
cyclic
thing. Yeah. And I guess this Back to the Future doesn't. I was thinking there's an episode of Futurama where he goes back to World War II. And bangs his mum, so he becomes his own granddad. Bangs his grandma, sorry, so he becomes his own granddad. Because then obviously, when he goes back in time, his granddad, because his being there in the first place causes his granddad to get killed. So then the idea should be that he disappears because his granddad isn't there, so the lineage can't get passed on. But then as the replacement thing, he then sleeps with his grandma, so becoming his own granddad. I like thinking about stuff like that.
Yeah, it's such a fuckery.
Not banging my own grandma, I mean thinking about...
She was pretty
You
fine
often
back
think
in the
about
day.
becoming your own granddad.
Yeah, I think about becoming my own granddad a lot. That's quite a power move. Grow a mustache, become my own granddad. Yeah, man.
Just don't go to Korea.
Yeah, I won't go to Korea. I'll be safe.
I think if they found a way to time travel into the past, I feel like it would be a thing, sort of tourism, but to decades.
That'd be great.
But they'd have to make it so that you can't touch anything, or like you don't really exist there. You're just sort of wandering about.
Yeah.
That'd be great. So you could just like go to 1975 for a day, but you can't you have to be in a little kind of invisible bubble.
A little bubble, yeah.
So not only do we need time travel, we also need like some sort of invisibility cloak where you can't touch anything or be touched in any way.
Yeah.
Or else who knows what will happen.
Yeah, exactly. Because like we can't really figure out what would happen. Could be the end of.
There was one article I saw that said some scientist says that UFOs are real, but they're not actually aliens. They're humans from the future.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and we've always been doing this kind of thing where we just pop back to see what's popping. Or pop in the future. You know in the pyramids where they got the astronaut pictures and shit. Have you seen that?
What?
Oh, wow. What are those encryption things in pyramids?
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics, yeah. There's some hieroglyphics that feature weird men in suits that look really uncannily like spacesuits.
Because this is kind of what, I know it's slightly off, but you know Ancient Aliens?
Oh yeah, classic.
I always think, I don't agree with it.
No.
Because I think, partly because of that, but then I also think people's first, when they look back at like ancient structures from civilizations from all over the world, the first thing they think is like, well, this was too advanced, it must have been aliens.
Yeah.
Instead of believing that those people could have built
exactly.
that.
Like,
But they only ever do that when it's like old societies that were not old white societies.
Yeah,
and they're like,
literally.
oh, well, they couldn't have done
That's what
that.
I mean, when
Must
it's
have
like
been aliens.
somewhere in South America and they're like, the aliens possessed them and made them build these
no.
tributes to them.
Africa had universities before you did, you white scumbags.
Go off, Alfie.
Yeah,
Tell them, Alfie.
Fuck the whites.
All of them. What about
my
David
mum.
Attenborough and your mum?
Don't know, he's probably a closeted racist. He just loves the animals.
Do you think so?
Maybe.
It's been employed this whole
It's of
time.
his time, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I see that.
It's just a front.
Where we at? Is it time to throw the rest of these? Have we done it all in the wrong order? Is this how we usually do it?
No, yeah, this is right.
Who knows? This is how we do it.
Yeah, we
mess
do.
everything
We throw them up in the air after we've talked about our little reload on. They all just kind of stick together.
What we
I
got?
don't think we've picked one of mine yet, I swear.
I don't think they've nearly all been mine, and I don't want to talk about any of my
Well, too bad, because now I have to talk about fucking football.
football.
That's
Who the
a rubbish
fuck wrote
one.
that?
That's definitely Lizzie.
Lizzie, I'm sorry, but you can fucking kiss my ass.
Yeah, should we do it again?
I'm not
Pick another
talking about
one.
Do it again.
football.
She'll never
Fuck
know.
that.
She doesn't listen. She won't listen to this.
Just a round ball that dickheads get paid to kick around.
What kind of football?
Just just the regular soccer one, you know.
Soccer.
Soccer ball.
Yeah.
Huh! Catch it. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
This is mine. What? This is a rubbish. Phones.
Why are we so fair?
Why did I write that?
I thought these were meant to be like quirky subjects.
Yeah, these are supposed to be interesting.
You guys want to talk about like, I don't know, football or like
We
our
clearly weren't that
phones?
interesting when I wasn't anyway, when we first started doing
That's
this.
making me laugh so much.
Fucking hell. Sorry.
Football. Phones.
Food.
Food. Tinder.
Birds.
Should I do a third one?
No. Let's do
Football and phones.
football and phones combined.
Football phones.
Football
Phone
phones.
footballs.
Novelty phones.
Novelty phones that you can
Novelty.
use as a football.
Oh, do you remember that story about all the Garfield phones washing up on that beach?
Oh shit! Yeah,
What?
yeah.
There's just a beach in France, and
Save it.
Save it for next week.
oh, well, I won't be on here
Joey won't
next
be on it
week.
next week.
Yes, you can be. Save it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll come on as a guest next week, and you guys can hear about the Garfield phones. There's not much else to it.
Let's do. So this was part 1 of Joey's special feature. Next we can do part 2 coming soon.
Did
Next
I do
week.
well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did well, Joe.
Yeah.
I got the gig.
Good job, Joey.
Fuck
Lizzie, you're
off,
fired.
Lizzie, you're never coming back.
Lizzie, we're gonna need your badge on our desks by Monday, and that's it. See you next week, right?
Yep. Good night, folks.
God bless.
Rest
Night,
easy.
bye.
Well, I turn on the news and there's plenty of it, but what are people actually saying? You know, there's nothing to it. It's just a whole lot of
Bullshit.
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 Bullshit. Broadcasting.